Hey ladies, Sass Pants Designs will take that rock shirt that everyone has and make it your own in a flattering, sassy, and simple way. There are one-of-a-kind tank tops, lace-up tees, and tube top dresses already in stock. Check out the online store at sasspantsdesigns.com and like Sass Pants Designs on Facebook for special offers and custom orders. That's sasspantsdesigns.com, sasspantsdesigns.com. Sass Pants will make you the envy of the party.
Vinny Tortorich here. Hey man, if you're a fan of Izzy, you might be a fan of me too. I'm the guy that gets people to lose a lot of weight. I have something free for you guys. This is no clickbait. Just go to VinnyTortorich.com and there's a big banner. It's a free PDF, how to lose weight. It's an intro guide to NSNG at VinnyTortorich.com. Go check it out exclusively for anyone who listens to Izzy Presley. Thank you.
Replay Guitar Exchange is your premier independent guitar store. Being independent is good. With all of the major brands, including new, vintage, and pre-owned, you can find the guitar, bass, amp, or accessory you are dreaming of. From vintage to the newest models, Replay Guitar Exchange can help you find that perfect piece. They have industry veteran expert staff, all players like you down to the owner. You aren't just getting a great guitar, you're getting the Replay difference. Find them online at replayguitar.com and find your dream guitar today. RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Yes, it is party time. Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. Hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and as always, good to be seen. My name is Izzy Presley, and welcome to the second edition of another fucking podcast here this beautiful week. This Monday, I had Tony Higbee from the Tom Kiefer Band, from the Damon Johnson Band, and from the Eastside Gamblers. Very cool show. Check that out. Go back and listen. Oh, I got Ted Poley coming up in just a couple minutes here. Going to be talking his brand new record, Modern Art. Going to be talking Danger, Danger. Also, I heard there's a couple Kiss stories he has to tell us. So we're going to get into all of that. Of course, we're going to be talking the Monsters of Rock cruise also. So welcome, new listeners. Feel free to pop into the chat room. And we already got somebody in the chat room. That's right. It is Joe Regan week here on another fucking podcast. He is here. He is a Danger, Danger geek. So he is all geeked out for this. Make sure you hit up all of the social media. The Facebook page is Another Effing Podcast. Twitter machine at Real Izzy Presley on my quest for 1 million followers. So go click that fucking follow link. Also the same on Instagram. And my entertainment page on Facebook is also at Real Izzy Presley. Find out everything I'm doing entertainment-wise, like the Monsters of Rock cruise, like Cruise to the Edge, like the On the Blue cruise. And next Wednesday, we'll be back at Soundcheck Live at Hollywood at Lucky Strike. They haven't announced who's playing yet, but I know it's going to be a good one. We have two of them this month, August 1st and August 28th, I believe, if I do my math correctly. So it should be great. Get your asses down to Hollywood and Highland at Lucky Strike. Yes, Joe, you are a geek, but you're proud of it. That's okay. So yeah, get down, check all that shit out. Also, if you're listening live on Spreaker, please hit that follow button. You can find out every time that I am live. If you listen on afterwards on iTunes, click that subscribe button, all that kind of good stuff. And also, there is merch available. So if you hit up the Facebook page, hit that shop button. You can buy t-shirts for Another Effing Podcast, like the Huge and Sheboygan t-shirts, the Drunken Summit t-shirts. I've got Act a Tribute to Ace Frehley t-shirts. I've got my hashtag MegaHost t-shirts. All that good shit. Anybody that buys anything, I will send you my voice giving you Waze directions. I actually did it while I was on the shitter. So it's rather humorous. And also, If you want to donate to the show, Stably, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. If you want to donate to the show, you absolutely can. izzypresley@yahoo.com. I rely on you guys to share, to donate, to do all this stuff because I don't get those big fat podcast one checks. I don't get those Westwood one checks. I do this all on my own. So please, please, please help out. And here I am, the fat guy begging for money. But, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. We know him from Danger Danger. We know him from the Monsters of Rock cruise. The one and only Ted Poley.
Hey, I was enjoying the show so much. I can't believe it's time for me. I was loving it. I was so inspired to go start buying all those T-shirts and everything. My finger was on the trigger, man. Here we are. So this is happening, and thank you so much. It is great to be here with you.
Dude, I'm glad I finally got you on. There was a long time where I was only able to do it like in person, which is why we haven't been able to do this. But now that I'm able to do it like this, it's great. It works out. And plus, you got a record coming out at the end of this month, I believe. We're going to get into that in the second half of the show. But what have you been up to, man? Last time I saw you was on the boat.
Well, if we're waiting till the second half of the show, then I wouldn't have much to say right now. So we're going to the first half of the show, and I'll tell you about my brand new CD. It's called Modern Art. And actually, I say CD because I'm sort of old school, and I do still print CDs, which you can get, by the way, at www.ted-poley.com, breaking a new record for the earliest plug in the Izzy Presley podcast show. Ted Poley coming in. Izzy Presley, down and dirty, yeah. Okay, so you get
Yeah.
I told you this wasn't going to be normal. I have my bottle of 40-year-old port that I've been saving for this interview.
Oh, wow.
Got my bong loaded up, and we are ready to rock. Anyway, tedpolie-.com. Used to be tedpolie.com, but now it's a German porn site. They hijacked my site. So, or sports or something, sports, porn, it's all the same. So ted-poley.com. If you like what we're talking about today, it's called Modern Art, and I'm just like you. It's self-financed, so we're on our own, buddy. We're relying on the help of our awesome fans together, and so please support the arts and come visit my site. There's a lot of cool stuff, but I think you're going to love this CD. And hey, back to your show. How have you been?
I've been good. Wait, since you got a 40-year-old port, does that mean I have to jump into this right now?
Let's go. You know what?
Fuck it. Let's do a shot. I'm not working tonight. So send me money.
Okay, right. We're going to do this. This is to everybody listening. Thank you very much for your support. It's good to see you on dry land. And here we go, man. Cheers to you.
Cheers, motherfucker. Oh! Kind of grabs you by the boo-boo.
Oh, whereas mine is just delicious. It's nice.
Oh,
You're
my
torturing
goodness.
yourself, man. If
I know.
there,
it's
I would
awesome.
get you into this stuff.
Oh, man, we got people piling into the chat room already. Denise says, hello, Izzy and Captain Ted.
Hi, everybody. Hey.
Dave Stabley says this CD is awesome. Joe wants to know if there's an 8-track available.
There's no 8-track available, but guess what? We have vinyl is back in fashion, and check
nice.
this out. Oh, check this out. I don't know if you've ever heard of a very, very famous producer called Neil Kernan, who produced everything from Dokken to Hall & Oates to Autograph to, so many, like billions. Literally, he produced billions of different bands. And he's huge. And what he did was he's got a vinyl company now. So he just signed me. Modern Art will be coming out on vinyl with a special remix by Neil Kernan of one of my songs, which will be the second single. But we haven't gotten to the first single yet, so we'll save that for. But yes, not an 8-track, but yes, on vinyl. It will be coming out. I'm doing it on different colored vinyl, sort of like a Cracker Jack prize thing where you don't know exactly what colors you'll be getting. So true hardcore collectors might want to buy more than one. But anyway, that'll be coming out. I don't have a release date yet, but yes, vinyl is coming back, and I am heavy into that trend right now. So
beautiful. Are you originally an East Coast guy?
You couldn't tell by the accent?
Well, you never. Fuck it. You never know, dude. It's better than my accent.
No, I'm from England. You couldn't tell. It's
Jesus Christ.
The port. It went right to my interview. Did you hear that just happened?
Exactly. All right. So you're an East Coast guy. What part of the East Coast? I don't know a lot about you. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do this. I wanted to, get to know some Poley.
Well, I like to stay mysterious with you. It keeps me, sexy. But anyway, actually from Trickster territory, Paramus, New Jersey, and then Ramsey, New Jersey. So
All
all
right.
the Lumineers now who weren't born yet when I lived there. But literally, Bergen County, New Jersey. I used to hang out with the Trickster boys before any of us were really signed, and Van Solon Park, and we had a lot of fun. I'm a Jersey guy. It's North Jersey. So
Were you? Before you guys got signed, were you always a Jersey guy? Did you move out here to L.A. to try to do the Sunset Strip thing, or did you just kind of rely on the East Coast?
No, I did live in Los Angeles on Havenhurst Drive at the Havenhurst Lanai Apartments, which was a really fun experience. That was while I was recording the album for Prophet. We did some of it in New Jersey and some of it in Los Angeles. And that was what an experience, because I was in West Hollywood at the time, and I was wondering why I'd walk down the street and people were so friendly. All the guys wanted to give me rides. And I didn't understand. I was new in town. But anybody who knows about West Hollywood knows that maybe it's best, if you're a long-haired guy back then in tight pants, not to walk down to Pioneer Fried Chicken, which was at the corner of my street. And that's where all I wanted was fried chicken, but I almost got so much more. But I was pretty naive.
Not the chicken you were looking for.
No, I almost was the chicken.
Oh my! So how long were you in LA?
Everything before kind of 10 minutes ago is a blur, but I would say maybe 6 months, which was really awesome. I mean, I loved the palm trees, and I loved the whole scene out there. I would go to the Troubadour and see bands like London at the time, and I'm dating myself. Don't be jealous that I'm not dating you. I'm dating myself now. This was like 19. I'll tell you when it was. I was actually in the middle of recording a Prophet album, which was sort of prog, and I thought it was really cool. And here I am in Los Angeles now, and I think I'm doing this really awesome album. And I was driving around one night in our rented car. We rented one car for everybody, and it was my turn. And I was at the bottom of the totem pole, so I was not returning it. So I was just driving around aimlessly. And I will never forget this. And it's funny because this was Neil Kernan. But all of a sudden, in the middle of recording my album at night, I'm cruising through Los Angeles, and I start hearing, and it was, yes, Autograph, turn up the radio. And at that time, nothing sounded like that. And I was a drummer in Prophet. I sang as well, but I was a drummer. And all of a sudden, this snare drum sound, larger than my car, came out of the speakers. And I pulled over because I said, what's happening? And within the next 3.5 minutes, my album was no longer cool in my mind. I said, oh my God, the world just changed in between the time I basically stole the car for the night, and by the time this car's going back, my life changed, because that was Autograph. And they really, as I remember, the earliest ones were Autograph and Rat, and they were really all first. But when that Autograph song came on the radio, it changed my life. And all of a sudden I felt so uncool. It really was life changing, and that's the period of that I lived in Los Angeles, and it was great. The rainbow, and it was that was the scene at the time. I mean, I wouldn't change a thing. And you lived through it. What a scene that was.
Yeah, I was just too young. I graduated in '91, and I had those delusions of grandeur of coming out here then, but
90.
Yeah,
I think the underpants I am wearing right now, literally maybe a year older than you. That's crazy. Wow, that's awesome.
But wait a minute, so you were in a prog band? I didn't know this.
Well, I was a drummer. Yeah, I mean, I grew up on things like the Dixie Dregs and Yes and Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and things basically that came out, so far before you were born that this is, you'll have to Google those bands. But yeah, then I was into Journey and stuff. But as a drummer, I always loved like really complicated, cool stuff that was fun and challenging. And, then I guess it all changed, after, Prophet was a really cool prog band, and I loved them very much. And then I did some demos for Bruno Ravel of Danger Danger, who convinced me to come out and be a singer, and my life changed pretty well overnight at that point. And I've really never gone back to the drums, although every once in a while I like to pick up some sticks in concert and start breaking things. And then I realized I didn't take my rings off, and I need pliers after the gig. They're all out of round, and they're all smashed, and I can't get them off my fingers, and it's a whole nightmare. But anyway, I still like hitting things, but I'm not as good as I used to be.
Oh, see, Dave, this is exactly what I was thinking. Dave says, Poley on Cruise to the Edge.
Are you kidding me? Well, yes, it's my favorite band.
Have you ever asked Larry about just coming to hang out on Cruise to the Edge?
I think I've hinted on it, and maybe I would love to sometime. I usually have a gig right after. I remember last time I went straight to Japan with Danger after, and I'm usually going straight somewhere afterwards. But and sometimes that cruise it may be before as well. And we're usually in the middle of touring at that point. But that would be a dream come true. I would love to go on as a fan, as a stowaway, and I believe he even told me at one point I could do that, and see Yes and all of the bands. I love a band called Frost, which plays on there, and I'm really into the prog stuff. I'm into some really weird bands. I'm into stuff Smash Into Pieces I love, and Car Park North, and some modern bands, and that's why maybe I've adopted a slightly modern sound with my new album, but it's better than going backwards, and certainly I've 30 of the same CDs in a row, so I thought it might be time to do something a little bit more interesting and new for at least myself, and so far the reviews have been great, and I thank you for your support, because here we are.
Well, dude, I'm glad I can help. Dave says next year it is before Monsters of Rock. So
Dave, I would like to be your tech, Dave. So just give me side stage for Yes, and I will work for free. Absolutely.
See, the only problem with you coming on Cruise to the Edge is that I would no longer be the best looking girl on the boat.
Trust me, you'll always be the hottest. You're the young guy. I'm getting.
Yeah, but I also look like a pregnant WNBA player, and it's not really a good look. I'll tell you, and you know what? Dieting is not fun. I just lost about 16 pounds. I went through a bit of a depression, which is awesome for dieting. I lost a real close friend, which was horrible, but it worked to my advantage physically. So now I'm fitting into clothes that were well into the retired pile, and I'm trying to keep it off, except I don't like to be sad all the time. But that works wonders. But now that I'm getting happier, I'm eating a little bit more. But I'm trying. But yeah, it's probably harder than anything else, and especially at this age. So I know, dude. I know. It's like I'm trying to do this no sugar, no grain thing, but it's not working very well because I'm addicted to these fucking energy drinks, and
maybe that's why I'm not losing any weight. I'm doing the all sugar, all grain thing.
Yeah,
so maybe...
See, I am too. We're in the same boat. John is checking in. Ted is a class act, best in the business.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Who was that, John?
John Browning.
All right, hold on. Bang, bang, what's that sound? John Browning called in because we're not in town. I don't know. Listen, man, I'm improvising here, but I'm singing just for you. No, John is an awesome super fan. I call him super fans because I've got some of the best people. Actually, I met a lot of them on the Monsters of Rock cruise. But this is actually leading me into another quick subject, because my next video, what I did, the whole concept was I took about 8 or 9 of my, I can't say favorite, but of the most supportive super fans that have been to every show and buy everything and donate and are just a joy. And I had them animated. I've done computerized animation for my new videos. I got sick of being in my own videos. I don't want to stand there and lip sync and do that sort of thing. So with the whole theme of modern art, I wanted to get modern, and with the videos get kind of artsy. So the first video that's out for the single Gypsy at Heart is a computer animated video. It's a little bit darker and really cool. The second one, which will be out on August 3rd, was done in sort of a South Park style, and it's really awesome.
Oh, nice.
What I did was I actually animated these fins, and I took a lot of time to work with the animators, and I got them really close, and they look really good. I even animated my own bodyguard, Sarge, who's the best.
Oh, fucking Sarge.
Sarge. We did the P. Diddy thing in Jamaica. We went to Jamaica together. I know that sounds a little weird, but we went with a lot of people, and he was down there. We were having a great time for the holidays. And I made him do the P. Diddy thing where we walked down the beach. I had a big joint, and he held the umbrella over my head, and it was the funniest thing ever. So that became sort of a running gag. So in this video, I wanted to give each of the super fans a certain trait so that they would know it's them and everybody else would know it's them. And Sarge, in every scene, whether it's inside or outside, I had him animated holding the umbrella over my head. And it came out really, really cute. It's a very funny video. And once again, I'm just sick of being in my own videos, lip syncing. I'll do another one like that so everybody can see how old I am. And actually, since I lost some weight, I'm really anxious to do it before I gain the weight back. So,
right?
But for now, I have 3 videos that are actually done in the can. They're really cool, interesting, each done in a different style of computer animation. So the first one, Gypsy at Heart, go to my Facebook page or check it out on YouTube. It's actually on heavy rotation now on YouTube, so I'm very happy. And the second one will be out next week. And if you notice, then you'll actually recognize some of these super fans from the Monsters of Rock cruise, and you are going to laugh because you will recognize them.
Oh, I can't wait.
And they're thrilled because they're going to be famous. And of course, our buddy Dave Stabley right there. Hopefully he'll do the right thing, and you'll be seeing this on the big screen. But August 3rd is the premiere of that. And when you see it, it's because I love everybody, and I especially recognize these fans, and they are in the video, and you're going to get a kick out of that one. And
Wait a minute. So is Sarge kind of like your the Jerome to your Morris Day?
I don't know the reference, but I'm going to say yes since it's your show.
Morris Day and the Time. Have you not seen Purple Rain? Jerome holds the mirror.
No, Purple Rain used to be actually absolutely. And he's just the best. Yeah, he's sort of my. He's my sidekick, and we just have a great time. We're actually really good friends, and we work off each other very well size-wise because, as you know, I never am mistaken for a basketball player, and he is actually huge. So yes. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun together, and like I say, I did want to animate some really close people in there, and when you see him, you are going to laugh. And a lot of the cruisers and a lot of people out there that go to rock shows, Sarge has become quite an item, and you're going to laugh when you see him. What a character! He animates beautifully.
Yeah, and how can he not? He's huge. He's bald. He's got the goatee and a kilt.
And the kilt, and I did him with the kilt, absolutely. And he's actually in two of the different style videos. In the third video, the second one that he appears in, which won't be for another maybe month and a half, is very funny because I had him do the things he does on stage for me. We have shticks where, he'll throw towels for me and I'll throw them back, and he'll keep trying to throw it harder and harder to make us screw up. And in this one, he throws a towel and I throw it back and he rips it in half. And it's just funny because he's a computer animated guy.
Right.
At one point, I drink a beer, I throw it to him, he smashes the bottle against his head. It's just some really fun stuff that you can do with animation that you can't necessarily do in person, and I think you're going to get a kick out of it. It's going to definitely make the cruisers laugh.
Well, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. So let's go back to the 70s a little bit. So you were listening to a lot of prog stuff, but were you into the rock stuff too?
Well, I mean, I was into music, so it didn't matter to me. You didn't call it one thing or another. And
right.
I always, Kiss. I loved Kiss. I loved... the first music I got into was I cut a 45 off of a cereal box with Sugar by the Archies. So, and my influences, so there you go. You're talking to a guy that got his start from a cereal box. Actually, I was influenced by my aunt, who was a famous piano player, songwriter in the 1930s, has a lot of more copywritten ASCAP royalties than I'll ever see. She was married to Jerry Arland, who was married to Harold Arland, and they all did the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, wow.
That was my family. So I was taught the piano while my feet were still dangling off a piano bench. And I started out really early with that stuff. But, literally, I don't even, know where we're going. But that's my early influences. And then obviously onto drums and then onto singing. But I don't even know how that started. Where do we...
we're just I just asked you if you listen to rock more than just prog.
Okay, so check it out. So then, obviously, my earliest influence was the Partridge Family, and I don't know if a lot of people know who that is anymore, but you can Google it, and it's coming back. But the Partridge Family were my favorites, and since then, Danny Bonaducci's become a friend.
Really?
And, I love him. We had a dinner together. He was the best when he was a DJ in Philly. I loved him, and we got along great. He thought I was funny. I thought he was the best. But yeah, so you're speaking to somebody whose influences roughly fall between somewhere the Partridge Family and Metallica somewhere, or Kiss, so
right.
Pretty wide range. I never categorized music at all. And I just liked what I liked. I used to drum on pillows in my room to Deep Purple live, and that's how I got my start, drumming on pillows, and the dust would shoot up in my face, and it would be awesome. But It didn't matter to me. I would fall asleep with an AM radio that my neighbor made me to, early on, and just, any music I've always loved. So. Well,
yeah, and that was back when AM radio, it's like you didn't just hear fucking just like one particular genre or one, it was kind of all over the place because jocks could actually be jocks.
Yeah, it was really cool back then. I mean, and yeah, AM radio, gosh, 8 tracks. People don't know what we're talking about. but my new album, Modern Art, will be coming out on Edison cylinder disc, and soon. So there's an obscure one. It will be out on gramophone.
Yeah.
Soon. So But anyway, we'll be coming out digitally soon, and do check my site for updates, my Facebook page, and ted-poley.com. TedPoley.com will get you a German sports-porn site, apparently.
You are a better promoter than I am, because when I do other podcasts, it's basically all I'm doing. It's like, no, so seriously, check this out. But no, I love it, dude. And we're going to be playing.
Nobody cares what I'm up to. I'm just trying to plug and have some
fun. No, dude.
I
know. But yeah, people do care, because you know what? People like a good story.
Hey, Bing Bong, you know what time it is? Hey, we got to do a time report. What time it is? Time for another drink. So let's
fucking A.
This one goes out to everybody that's hanging in there so far. I'd like to send this one out to two of my best supporters, the Poley Princesses. They're on their way to a Bon Jovi cover band right now. They're hopefully listening, and I want to say hello. I love you girls. You're in the video, of course. You'll see them wearing their tiaras in the video. Here's to you, buddy, and everybody that's putting up with this bullshit so far. I love you all out there. And cheers. Back to the port.
Cheers.
And what are you drinking?
Jack Daniels, Bubba.
Oh, you're way ahead of me. Here, let me chug some port. That's so disgusting. Hold on.
Keep in mind, I do have to drive at some point tonight.
Oh, see, I'm in my home office. Well then,
but
don't try and keep up, and don't try and keep up.
Well, actually, but I can always just take a lift back to where because I'm watching Mr. Ace Von Johnson's dog.
Oh, Ace, he's awesome.
Yeah,
I was in Faster Pussycat for like 2 songs last year. They called it Faster Polycat. I loved it.
That's right. It was at what M3. It was when Tammy was sick.
It was great. I mean, that wasn't great, but it was a lot of fun to sing with those guys. I had about 2 hours to learn songs. Talk about terrifying. I had 2 hours to learn songs and then sing it in front of the real bands, real fans,
right?
At M3, which is like, you have one of those nightmares where you think your teeth are falling out. It's just like that, except it's real. And a couple of the other singers, Jason McMaster, I forget, and we all chipped in and tried to save the set because Tammy was sick and we wanted the guys to go on and do it for the fans. And that was a lot of fun. So they announced it as Faster Polycat. And I forget what songs I did. Yeah, I'm going to see those guys Saturday. They're in Pennsylvania somewhere, and just texted with Chad last night. I love him.
Nice.
I love those guys.
Just do me a favor and give Ace a big hug when you see him.
I will. Did you say who you're watching? His pet? Or?
His dog, Mila.
Okay, well, here's my segue then, because everybody knows my biggest thing is I support no-kill animal shelters. So I'm going to ask everybody right now, if you have a choice between buying my new CD and donating to the local no-kill animal shelter, please donate to the local no-kill animal shelter. And you know what? If you tell me you did it, maybe I'll even send you one for free. However, we'll see. But I prefer that you donate to them. And I know if you're an Izzy fan, you're a successful, intelligent person, and you probably have enough money for both. But please do support a local no-kill animal shelter near you. And just know that when you buy something from me, I also like to send something out of that. So in a way, you're helping me and the animals by buying something from ted-poley.com. Hold on, because I got another little song for you.
Oh, here we go.
Izzy, he's rocking out with you, yeah. You can't buy this kind of stuff. Well, basically, because you have no money, but I mean,
exactly. I'm a Lyft driver.
Dude, no. I just heard you begging for donations, and I do the same thing, so I understand it. I'm going to donate, and I'm going to buy T-shirts because I'm a supporter, and I'm an athletic supporter. I'm a music supporter, a supporter of the arts. I know how it feels to be on your end, and absolutely, and can, best of luck, and keep the fires burning for everyone.
That's what it's all about, man. So, wait, in this 2 hours you had to prepare, did you have enough time to get christened in and drink enough Jack Daniels to get as drunk as Faster Pussycat usually is?
Actually, you know what? Believe it or not, when I'm on stage, I treat it like an athlete. I try. If I'm drinking, I'm almost faking it. Towards the end, I might do a successful shot or two, or in a club, depending. But really, I don't drink on stage. I rarely drink at all. Oh, there's my. I have you on talk show waiting here. That must be the network's calling. Anyway, what we will do here is we'll bury that. Okay, so you never know what's going to happen. Let me just throw that phone out of the hall. That goes that way. All right, now we're back. Sorry, talk show waiting.
Yeah.
What you asked me before I was so rudely interrupted?
We were talking about you drinking on stage.
Oh, yeah, I rarely do. I treat it very seriously. I'm running around. I'm probably burning a couple thousand calories. Usually I'm hurting myself anyway. I banged up my knee a couple weeks ago. I still can't walk. I need surgery. But I try and treat it like you're running a marathon. And if you could imagine running and screaming at the top of your lungs, or anybody out there that likes to do exercising, biking, treadmill, try singing, 11 or 12 danger songs like you were in your 20s and doing all of that. And and doing a couple of shots and then trying it.
Right.
It doesn't get any easier. So at this age, I'd rather prefer to drop dead of a heart attack in my own house instead of on YouTube. So I try and keep the stress test to a minimum.
Yeah,
so
but that if you drop dead on stage on YouTube, that might sell a few more records.
It won't help me though. It'll help you because I'm going to leave you some stock because you're helping me now. But no, that won't help me much. And honestly, I don't want to, and I don't want to, blow it at the finish line,
right?
Like that. Except, you know what? But you can bet if I do, I'll be looking awesome because I lost like 16 pounds. So
yeah. Well, I tell you what, when I was on that depression diet of a depression Jack Daniels and one meal a day, I was able to see my chin again. It was awesome. All thanks to a woman.
I would not recommend it to anyone, but depression does work wonders. So try and use it to your advantage. I thought, well, you know what? Let's try and turn this lemon into lemonade and do something positive with it. And like I say, I've even unretired some clothes, so that's kind of fun as well.
I know, I got a stack of T-shirts that I have them reserved for when I get rid of the ab, so I can actually wear them again. But actually, Dave brings up a good topic because I did want to get into this. Do you have a day job? I mean, do you work outside of the music industry? What do you do? I was always curious about this.
Excuse me, I just burped. Anyway, actually, yeah, what I do is I buy and sell antiques, antique toys, antique trains. I've been doing that for like 40 years. It was a hobby that turned into a business.
Oh, wow.
Now that's not doing as well as it used to because people all think things are worth more than they were. The trend is over. And anybody listening, I'll still give you cash for your old trains, your old mechanical banks. Really cool stuff. So thanks for that plug. Get to me through my site. Message me because I'm still an idiot. I still throw out cash for that stuff. However,
Ted-Poley.com.
Yeah, because TedPoley.com is only going to get you something in German.
That's right.
And on that note, everybody, keep your website paid because I lapsed for about one day, and then I got an email telling me that I could keep my own name for $1,500, and I thought, you know what? For $1,500, I'll put a dash.
Right? Oh my God! Thank God I'm not famous.
That is a $1,500 dash. Ted-Poley.com. $1,500, and I am passing the savings along to you. So thank you all. I'm a giver. It's what I do. Right?
Well, yeah, exactly. And speaking before we move on here, because I know we're going to get to the song, we got some more ads to play. But speaking of ads, I do want to tell you about Beater Amplification. That's 2 E's, Beeter. If you're a guitar player, check out Beater Amplification. Balls out, rock and roll, hand built, 100 watts of testicular fortitude, but yet 3 channels, pull 2 tubes, you got a 50, you can get that Metallica sound, you get that AC/DC sound, then you get that clean Fender tone. It is just versatile. It's unbelievable. 100 watts to 50 watts. You pull 2 tubes. It's awesome. Hand built, hand wired. Amazing amps. Beater Amplification. That's 2 E's. Beeter. BeaterAmplification.com. Check those some bitches out. Ted, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to play a couple spots, and then we'll play the song coming out of the break, and we'll get back and talk more about the record, and I got to hear this Paul Stanley story.
Yeah, you know what? That amplifier ad sounded so good. I thought it was going to be like the Oprah show where you go, and now you have one of those under your seat. Everybody talking to me today on the interview gets a Beater amplifier today, but it didn't happen.
See, this is the cool thing about Beaters. They are a small family-run operation out of Minneapolis or Mankato.
No, it's like me. It's like me, hand-wired, right? It's hand-wired.
Right?
And no kidding, no, I know of them, and they are awesome. And if they're listening, I would love an artist discount on one.
I can get you one, actually. I can get you one, actually. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a couple spots. We'll be right back with Ted Poley talking about his brand new single, which is called Gypsy at Heart, talking about the new record, Modern Art. It is another fucking podcast. Rockwood Saloon Authentic Apparel takes rock and roll fashion to a new level with their tees and tanks for men and women. They also make custom shirts, jackets, vests, pants, hoodies, beanies, and more. The Rockwood Graphics Department can design anything from your logo, t-shirt design, promo posters, band swag, and printed at great prices. From tour shirts and custom stage gear to killer threads for the street to the stage, Rockwood Saloon has it all. Rockwood Saloon, authentic rock and roll apparel for stage and street. World tour tested for quality, comfort, style, and durability. Check them out at www.rockwoodsaloon.com. That's rockwoodsaloon.com.
Retro Arcade brings Minnesota and surrounding areas arcade games from the days gone by. All of those great games from pizza joints and arcades are available in cocktail units and custom machines. Dozens of favorites from your youth in one machine to complete your game room or man cave. Retro Arcade also sells and services your favorite pinball machines. Find them at facebook.com/80arcade. That's facebook.com/80arcade. Retro Arcade. Your youth is just one click away.
If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tom Arnold. I like fat women and cocaine. And you're listening to Izzy Presley here on another fucking podcast. And I know Izzy from Cocaine Anonymous meetings. I've actually seen him at the meetings with Ace Von Johnson from, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but Ace has got a bad coke problem. And his sponsor is Josh Todd from, and again, I shouldn't say this out loud, but Josh is his sponsor for Buck Cherry. He's addicted to upskirt porn. And they're both being sponsored by the Eagles. The whole band, the Eagles. Anyways, another fucking podcast right here with Izzy Presley, and call your sponsor. Fucking A.
Craig Gass fucking rules, man. That's all I gotta say. Hey, yes, but while we're doing this, it's going to happen. Hold on, I just got to check my email to make sure this is going to happen. Long story, this stuff loaded in at some point. All right. No, I'm having all this blah, 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 blah. We want to... Okay, so yeah, we're just going to do that on Monday. So it was going to happen tomorrow. If you guys don't know, Dash Radio has the Monsters of Rock channel, and I am the morning guy. And tomorrow I was going to take my 6 hours and count down the 7 Kiss non-makeup records and put them in my order and play a song off of each. But there's some problems with the system, yada, yada, yada. So we are going to do that on Monday morning, 4 a.m. California time, 7 a.m. Yankee time, 6 a.m. Elvis time, 5 a.m. Cactus time, wherever the fuck you want to call it. So that will be Monday morning on the Monsters of Rock channel. But you'll still catch me tomorrow morning on the Monsters of Rock channel on Dash Radio. So what we are going to do right now is we are going to play the new single from Ted Poley called Gypsy at Heart. Ted, you want to intro this sumbitch?
Well, I do want to send it out to one of my super fans. Just messaged me. Don Murray, you rock, man. It goes out to you. This is actually the first video. If you want to check it out, like I say, it's on heavy rotation on YouTube. Or you can just look at my Facebook page and it's on there. But Gypsy at Heart, first single, first video. I hope you'll love it and let it go, man.
All right, here we go.
They did the best they could to raise him good, and he did the best he could to raise him. Run as fast as you can right out of that door. He wanted more. How did this moment come about? He needed to explore. He is a gypsy at heart. Trying hard to play it
All right, that is the brand new Ted Poley single called Gypsy at Heart. Dude, that's a really good fucking song. It's good.
Well, thank you. You know what the key to my career is? I try not to write shit.
Well, that helps.
It's been keeping me going. I'm gonna stick with this sort of with this game plan. Hey, you know what? I have to send a shout out, man. You are super popular around the world, or one of us is, because I'm getting messages from all over the place. I just got a message. I want to send a shout out to the most rocking guy in all of Portugal. His name is Venice. He's my buddy. I love the whole family. Venice is rocking out with you right now. And let me tell you, this guy rocks. So you got a good fan there.
I'm assuming is your fan. I'm just gonna go with it's your fan. But Sarah checking in, seriously digging the new album, man. All right.
Thank you so much. I am seriously digging your comments, Sarah. I love you. Thank you so much.
Joe popping back in. I'm sure your order is wrong. Talking about my Kiss non-makeup records. I guess you're just gonna have to listen on Monday and find out. So Steve Ponchard messaged me and he goes, "Did you ask Ted about his Paul Stanley story?"
Oh, you segued from the non-makeup years, which I said, like, I'm like the king of that, because we were pretty big on MTV at the time.
Yeah.
Years. Yeah, they considered us an asset to selling some seats, and I love Kiss, and they were my heroes, and it was just the greatest time of my life, pretty much, because can you imagine, I actually decided to do what I do when I was about maybe 14 or 15 on the Detroit Rock City tour. And as soon as they opened up with the opening strains of Dan and Detroit Rock City, all of a sudden the bombs blew up, and I made my career decision at that moment. And I, good or bad, I stuck with it. So you can imagine the impact they've had on my life, and even touring with them and getting that. I mean, that was insane. But even being on tour with them, I was so scared. And I've met everybody, and everybody tends to be pretty nice. But Paul Stanley, still to this day, and I know him, and we've been bowling with him in England and played laser tag, and I've had such dream times with him. But still, you know what? When Paul Stanley walks into a room, you can feel things just start to freeze. The temperature drops so low because he's so cool. You always know, that Paul Stanley is in the room when you don't even have to see him. So what happened was, I was on tour with Kiss for probably over 2 weeks already. I had no idea that they were paying attention.
Now, what year was this?
I was like, I don't know, 1952. I told you, before this interview, it's all a blur.
I'm just trying to figure out what record it was on.
It's either Revenge, Hot in the Shade. Which one came first? You know,
Hot in the Shade was 1990. Revenge would have been 93.
I don't know. We had Giant Sphinxes. There was Giant...
That would have been Hot in the Shade. That would have been Hot in the Shade.
It wouldn't have mattered to me. It was Kiss, man. It doesn't matter.
Right.
I could have been mowing Paul Stanley's lawn. I would have been thrilled. It didn't matter to me.
Right.
But anyway, about almost over 2 weeks into the tour, I had no idea. You know, if they had been paying attention to what we were doing. I was pretty sure they hadn't. And I was scared. I had never met Paul Stanley. I still hadn't met him. And we were playing a big arena, as you know, we always did. And I think it was a really good career move for us to have Kiss close the show for us, because we were in an arena. But anyway, it proved to work out a little bit. Yeah. But as you know, backstage at these arenas, because I'm sure you've snuck back there one or two times, I'm sure security has been breached by you. They have these really long cinder block hallways. A lot of times, white, you know, the hockey players, everybody walks down these long hallways, and they like to keep the teams separated so they don't start beating the shit out of each other before the cameras are rolling. So as you can imagine, Kiss we gave them first choice of dressing rooms because we were awesome that way, and they would take the bigger, better dressing room of the home team down at one end of the hall. And then, of course, us being the visitors, we got the other. And compared to now, let me tell you, with showers, it was a nice dressing room. But we were at the other end of the hallway, naturally, because they wouldn't want two teams fighting in the hallway. So the problem was, I had exited, I believe after sound check or something, I exited stage left, which is right to the audience, but left when you're on stage. But my dressing room was basically stage right all the way backstage. So I exited on the wrong side, which meant I had to walk the entire long way to my end of the dressing room. At the same time I was doing that, I entered that long hallway. I saw at the very far end of the other hallway, walking towards me with no exit in sight, the silhouette of, yes, my hero, Paul Stanley. And it wasn't just on stage Paul Stanley. This was the off-stage cowboy hat Paul Stanley. I mean, I still can sweat just thinking about cowboy hat Paul Stanley. I mean, that's as cool as you get. it's like Paul Stanley squared with a cowboy. So, dude. So anyway, so I knew he was coming, and all of Danger was in that dressing room with the door open, watching this happen. And he was coming towards me, and I was coming towards him, and I knew this was going to be my big moment. My whole life, I was going to meet Paul Stanley. It was just me and him, and I had to pass him. I got close. I got up to him. I put my head down like a little scared kid, and I just didn't say a word, and I just slinked, and I knew it was my moment of shame. I had to walk that walk of shame to my dressing room. My whole team saw this happen, and they saw me blow it. And all of a sudden, when I got to my dressing room, Paul Stanley, from the other end of this huge, probably an eighth of a mile hallway, it echoed at the top of his lungs to the tune of Unholy, saying, "Ted Poley!" and all of a sudden, my guys, it was the greatest single moment of my life.
Oh, my God.
If my wife's listening, of course, getting married was the single greatest moment of my life. But really, Paul Stanley singing my name, and all of a sudden I knew that he'd been paying attention, and that he told me he liked the way I sang, and my whole band saw me, and they all laughed and said, "He knows you, man." And he turned around, and I turned around, and he came up and gave me a hug and said how much he loved my pipes, he said. And let me tell you something. I think I've never lived it down since. I mean, I am literally walking on air, and that was the story. And so then a friend who's unfortunately passed away now, CC Banana, who was an awesome comic, did a rendition of of Unholy as Ted Poley, and he did such a good job. It's actually it's an amazing song. It's on my Greatest Hits Volume 1 CD, which you can get coincidentally at www.ted- that's that $1,500 dash Poley.com. And if you want to check that out, that song, or you can probably just find it, and everything's on rotation on YouTube. But
go buy it though.
It was Ted Poley done to the tune of Unholy, and that was the whole story. I know I dragged that one out, but for me, it was one of the great moments of my life. Paul Stanley acknowledged all of my work up to that moment, and literally that was the reason I had done that. And if you can imagine, I have a boner right now just thinking about it. And well, half a boner for him and half a boner, for you. So,
I'm half mass. I'm okay with that. See, now my Paul Stanley, closest come to meeting Paul Stanley moment was 95. They were doing the convention tour, and they're in Bloomington, Minneapolis, and afterwards, they were all signing autographs, doing that thing, but there was like no rhyme or reason. It was just swarm to Gene. Look at Bruce and Eric and go, "Hey guys, how you doing?" And because there's like less people there, and that's not a rip on Bruce and Eric. That's just because fucking Gene and Paul were there, so everybody was like rushing towards Gene and Paul.
I understand.
And so I got my Gene autograph, my Eric, my Bruce autograph, and then I went over to Paul, and I'm just sitting there waiting, holding this hat, waiting for fucking Paul, and all he's doing, he's got the pout. And he's signing for all these chicks. All of a sudden, he starts walking away. And I'm like, I looked at him, like, as he's walking away, like, trying to leave, I'm like, dude! I was like, Sebastian Bach, dude, I've been waiting for this all my life, man! So he turns around, doesn't say a fucking word, signs the hat with the pout, and walks away. So the next morning, we stayed at the hotel where the convention was at, and I needed a Mountain Dew right away in the morning because I was addicted. Not like I'm addicted to this stuff, but actually probably worse. And I'm waiting for the elevator, and the elevator opens up, and who's in the elevator? Gene Simmons. And I'm standing there. I got my convention shirt on. I got my Kiss hat on. I'm looking like a complete fucking rube, And he's like, "Come on." I'm like, "Oh, Dad, okay." So we get in, and I mumbled something to him, and we get down to the lobby, and I sit down next to Gene Simmons on a fucking couch in the lobby, and we're having a conversation. And, I'm talking to Gene. I see Eric and Bruce come walking out. I'm like, all right, I figured out what's going on. They're all meeting, so they get the fuck out of here, right? And I'm talking to Gene, and this gal comes up, and he goes, "Good morning." First, he looks at me and goes, "Excuse me." I'm like, "Oh, this is over. This is done. My moment is gone."
Goes this way. I've heard this more.
Yeah.
Yes,
and he gets up, and he gives her a big hug. He goes, "How are you?" She's like, "Good. How are you?" He goes, "I'm fine. Did you get laid last night?" And she goes, "Yes. Did you?" He goes, "Of course." So I find somebody with a silver Sharpie because my Kiss hat's black. And I go over to Bruce and Eric. I get them to sign it. Gene's nice enough to sign it for me. Then all of a sudden, the elevator opens up and appears Paul Stanley.
The temperature dropped, right?
The temperature dropped. My nipples got hard, but yet it was hotter than hell. And
I love how you work that in. I like that. That's why you're doing. That's why you're a professional. Do not try this at home, by the way.
That's
Don't
right.
even try that at home. Yeah,
so, he's got his sunglasses on. You could tell he just fucking woke up. His hair's a mess. He's got his Kiss leather jacket on. You know, the one in the back that's got the middle finger, and it's got like they were selling around the Revenge era, right around that era. No, it was the Kiss My Ass era, the tribute record that they put out for themselves. It was you could buy that. It was like fucking $300. I wanted one so bad. So Paul comes out and he just gets swarmed because by this point, the word had gotten out that Kiss was in the lobby. So Paul comes out and he gets swarmed. And he's just got this daze. You can tell even behind the black sunglasses, he's got this daze in his eyes.
People, listen.
Listen to me, people. I'm just trying to get to the bus. I am.
I was just trying to pay my incidentals. This is called cold shit. Let's get the fire out.
I am. So he gets swarmed and he's like flustered for a second, but he's signing stuff. And he walks right by me. I got my hat out. I got the pen out. And he walks right by me. And it was the exact same fucking thing. Dude, I've been waiting for this all my life. And he turns around with the pout, does the signature just like on the other hat. Biggest fucking signature on the fucking hat. Paul Stanley. And he walks away. Disappears.
Hey. He doesn't actually walk. If you notice, he actually glides. He like floats a couple of inches above. He doesn't actually walk. I noticed that about Paul Stanley. Also, he's an awesome dude. They used to get their catering writer was out of control, and they knew, Danger wasn't exactly, allowed, the shrimp cocktails and the champagne.
Right.
But you know what? After shows, we would get a knock on the door after a while, and we'd open it up. There's Paul Stanley with a big tray of shrimp cocktail for us. What a sweetheart. I mean, really cool. Just making it fun for us. And I know they weren't going to eat it anyway, but I mean, just the fact that he made us just feel like a lot of fun. And when we were in England and Scotland and touring with them, they didn't, I guess, have anybody else to hang out with. So we would go bowling, and Gene Simmons would bet. Top guy. I think we put up Casey Smith at the time. Casey beat him too, and we asked him try to not to because we wanted to continue the tour, but he beat him, and it was
right.
Up. Gene did pay up. He wasn't thrilled, but he did pay. And we played laser tag with Paul Stanley. I mean, we had some really good times. And like I say, those guys were really cool. But Paul especially, such a sweetheart. And for somebody that would have been crushed to find out that he was a dick, he just couldn't have been he's just the nicest idol I've ever met, really. And I've met some people that have turned out slightly disappointing. You accepted him. You are just twice as awesome as I had hoped.
I blush easily. I'm a ginger.
Well, but here's my advice. Try not to meet an idol, because if it's ever disappointing, then you never want to. It ruins the music that you've loved for years and years and years. But he was just the opposite. What a thrill. And to have somebody that really changed my life just treat me like that. I truly love him. So Paul Stanley, if you're listening, yeah, I'm yours.
I'm sure Paul's probably mad at me for the three sides of the coin appearance I did this week, but we were talking about his voice and
hopefully he won't hold that against.
No, but look, I was honest, man. It is what it is. Joe says, Izzy, was Sam Goody at Mall of America before or after the convention? Actually, that was before, because the Sam Goody thing was when Alive 3 came out and they were doing the in-stores to help promote the record. And that was actually the first time I met Paul, but I didn't meet Paul because you're hustled through like a herd of cattle. Paul's first wearing the cowboy hat.
Well, that's you know what? Cowboy hat, Paul demands a premium.
Yes. He's just like, how you do?
Actually, you know what? Paul was cool. I had him sign, they had those Kiss Mego dolls in the 70s.
Yeah.
So Paul man, I had those guys. Paul signed my doll. Yeah, he was awesome. So I have my Paul Stanley signed Mego doll, which I should have brought to this interview. But since you're the only one that can see me on FaceTime, that would be a little bit you know, a little bit pointless. But I do have a signed Paul Stanley Mego doll, which I cherish. So thank you, Paul, for signing my action figure.
That's awesome. I just remember, so we got past Paul, and you know, Eric is like, "Hey man, how you doing? Good to see you." And Bruce is like, "Yeah, come on guys, we got to get these guys through." And I get up to Gene, and I'm standing there, and I'm like a frozen fucking statue. And Gene just kind of looks up as he's signing my picture and goes, "How are ya?" It's like, and I almost shit myself. So, let's see.
Why do your stories always end that way?
I don't know.
Shitting yourself.
I don't know. Scotty checking in from Canada, from the Great White North. Okay, what the
Canada,
hell?
I'm going to be, hold on, Scotty. I know Canada's a very small place, so you can everybody in Canada can make it to my show in Toronto at the Rock Pile, like August, whatever it is, 10th or 11th, whatever that Saturday is. I'm going to be there in like 2 weeks, and I know everybody in Canada is invited, so you can carpool, you know, but I know it's such a tight place. You're all going to be there. So, Scotty, is it? We go way back, me and Scotty. So, Scotty, see you in Toronto in 2 weeks.
He's actually in Edmonton.
Oh, I've been to Edmonton. I think I got chased by like a Native American, like some sort of Indian guy with a real dagger. He was drunk. I got off the tour bus at I think that was Edmonton. That was way out there. And what was that? The Edmonton Mall. They had a lot of cool things. But I think I got chased by some sort of local with a knife wielding local that was drunk. And me and Casey Smith, as a matter of fact, we just were in the wrong place at the wrong time with long hair in a town that we weren't supposed to be near. And we got literally chased. But it ended well. I was not stabbed. And since he was drunk, we outran him. But my stories are horrible, aren't they? That was horrible.
Better than ending up with you shitting your pants like my Kiss stories.
Let's drink that one pretty. Here we go. Everybody, this is for you if you've made it this far.
You're going to make me drink again? You're going to make me drink again.
Jesus. One more. Let's do one more drink. We owe it to the people that are listening.
All right.
Your fans are great. Thank you, everybody. Cheers to you. Here we go.
All right. God damn it.
Can you believe this stuff waited 40 years to become my urine?
Speaking of Toronto, I will be in Toronto.
Speaking of urine. Oh, no, I'm sorry. What?
Speaking of Toronto, I will be in Toronto on August 24th hosting the Killer Dwarfs.
Oh, I love those guys.
Their charity golf, their Rock Against Hunger golf tournament. I am the fucking host. And I think after we're done, we're going to go check out the fucking Daisies.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, man. Everybody. Oh, John. Oh, that's awesome. But Killer Dwarfs, man, I believe it's like a Canadian law that like you have to love those guys because they're like the national treasure and they are so much fun. I'm absolutely a fan.
I know we're running short on time because I know you're fucking dog tired. So thank you for being a fucking workhorse and putting this thing out. But
Don, no, you're the best, man.
Don wanted to know, tell him about headlining the HRH AOR next year. The UK is going to rock.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool because of the success of this album, which you can get at ted-poley.com. It's really gotten the best reviews. It's a whole new sound for me. It's not too far. If you liked what I did, you're going to love this, but it actually is a little stretch. It goes back a little bit to my tasty prog roots. There's even a little pop in there. But because of the success of this, I've started getting some amazing festival offers overseas, one of which being Hard Rock Hell, which is next March. And I thought it was a mistake because if you remember math class, like sets and things, what doesn't belong here? The headliners are Ty Ketto, UFO, and Ted Poley. And I look at it and I called my agent. I said, like, do they know it's just me? Like, is this serious? But apparently it's my first actual real big European headliner as a solo artist. I'm absolutely the headliner along with UFO, who I worship.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, to see my name next to that, I'm still kind of afraid
right.
I'm going to wake up and have to go to math class. I'm 16. I'm going to wake up and say this is all a dream. But, yeah, man, that's going to be in North Wales in March. So I know a lot of your listeners. Well, you got listeners around the world.
I got listeners all over the world, Bubba.
Actually have a bunch of Monsters of Rock Cruiser fans and my own super fans that are we're gonna entourage it out. I finally got to the point where I don't have to travel alone. It's gonna be so much fun.
Nice.
So we're heading to Rock Hell in North Wales. A couple of more festivals are coming in because of this album. And I hope you'll all really check it out because quite honestly, I'd tell you it was awesome anyway, but this is the best thing I've ever done, I swear.
That's
if
awesome.
you don't like it, it comes with a money back guarantee. I guarantee you I'm not giving you back your money. But But a little bit of it will have gone to a no-kill animal shelter. Please do support the no-kill animal shelters and the rescues near you. And I have a lot of fans that rescue, and I love you guys, and thank you to all of you animal rescuers out there. It's more important than my new CD, but my new CD is very important as well. So do both things. It is. Izzy, you're the best. Thank you so much. Hold on. I have to give you a little tribute here. Ready?
Oh, here we go.
Izzy, it's party time. Let's get naughty with Izzy Presley. Yeah.
Everything sounds better with reverb. Remember that, everybody. Thank you, everybody out there. Thank you so much for your support. I come out every night after I play. I do free meet and greets. I don't believe in paid ones. Come say hello and shake my hand, take a photo, and if you want to buy a CD, I'd be more than happy to take a 20 off you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You rock. Everybody rocks. Thank you so much.
Ted, dude, thanks for doing this. And, if you ever need a rhythm guitar player, I know a guy.
You do? Oh, you're pointing to yourself.
Yeah, I'm pointing to
there.
myself,
I love it, man. You know what? You're always welcome to jam on stage. And, of course, I'll see you on board the Monsters of Rock cruise. And
That's right.
Now that you've opened that can of worms, I would practice a couple of Danger riffs because Danger is on, of course. The cruise is, I believe, sold out. Dave Stabley's going to be rocking my videos on the big screen, and you're going to be jamming on stage with me.
And I'm not even gonna ask you. I'm gonna tell you, you will be singing at least one song during the Cruiser Jam.
I'm gonna do it for you.
And you're gonna fucking judge the Gong Show karaoke because you're perfect. Perfect.
This is a lot. This is a lot of stuff, man. You're wearing me out. I'm going to do it all. For you, you know what? I am a giver. It's what I do. It's who I am, and you know I love you. I'm going to do it just for you. So everybody,
love you, buddy.
Don't miss it. Modern Art, my new album, www.ted-poley.com. I haven't sold a single CD. I am monitoring this right now. So you suck. Your show sucks. We suck. Our interview is horrible. This was a waste of my fucking time. But I'll tell you, if anybody laughed even twice, again, buy it because I'll donate something to the animals and whatever.
There you go.
I'm watching. Believe me, I got my eye on the site right now, and if I sell 2 of them tonight, I'll know that it was because of you, Izzy. And thank you, everybody. I love you guys.
Ted, thank you so much, man. We'll talk soon. Get some fucking sleep, eh?
Not one of my best things I do, but hey, rock out.
Take care, man. I'll text you, man. We'll talk soon, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks for everything. Rock out, everybody.
Fuck yeah, ted-poley.com. All right, dude, make sure you check out A&P Productions Laser Engraving Division. That's aplasers.com. Get stuff laser engraved, anything from a flask to a sidearm. They can get you taken care of. And also John Palumbo Design. We love us some John Palumbo. John, he designs fucking websites. He designs fucking logos. You got a band, you need a logo done, hit up John Palumbo Design. He'll fucking take care of you. All right, guys, we'll see you next week with, I don't know who the fuck I got coming, but let me hit my outro music here. Live Kiss from the 80s. Oh, yeah. The outro of Black Diamond from Kiss Animalized Live Uncensored. I don't know who the fuck I got next week. I haven't gotten that far yet, but this is a great week. Ted Poley, amazing. ted-poley.com, because you don't want to hit up any German porn sites. Make sure you hit up all the social media at Real Izzy Presley, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And the Facebook page for the show is Another Effing Podcast. Click that shop button, buy t-shirts, support, or you can just donate. Izzy Presley at yahoo.com is your PayPal. I thank you guys so much. And in the words of the great Pat Fontaine, actually no, these are in the words of me. What I lack in talent, I make up for in cock. Now, in the words of the great Pat Fontaine, go fuck yourselves. See you tomorrow morning on the Monsters of Rock channel on Dash Radio.